Grieving is an expression of a selfish and shallow love. Go with the one you love to the door of death. Take them by their hand and wave goodbye with a smile. It is not a sad thing if your love is great. Would you deny your friend the reward of his heart if it meant he had to travel far away? No. You would sing for joy the acknowledgement of his accomplishment and see him along his path. The wondrous difference is that to the flesh, the presence of the absent friend can only linger in letters and photos and imagination. In death, the spirit is known and free to visit. Do not grieve if you love someone greatly and they should pass from this flesh. Dance and ask them always to sing you a tune. The two greatest motivators of humankind are fear and greed. Unfortunately, fear and greed are the two great pedestals of prayer. Humans mostly pray because we want something, or we pray because we are afraid of something. We pray for gifts, and we pray not to be punished. God knows what we want and what we do not want. The one love knows our hearts. The one love presides in the upper room. There are only two reasons to pray: adoration and gratitude. Gratitude as a function of our happiness. But the greater of these is adoration. Communicate. Hear your voice in the saying of your prayers. Tell your wants and your don't wants. Express your fear and your greed to soothe your own heart and to salve your sanity. But know that the finest prayer, the purest acknowledgement, is adoration. Pray prayers of adoration and gratitude exclusively if you can, and in the least, always. This book is a gift of exaltation, of love, of adoration, and intended as nothing more. If it is read, I am sure, as a human, a psychiatrist would have a field day assessing, he is escaping from reality. Fortunately, it was a benevolent journey, for he had a benevolent mind. Peculiar. Fascinating. Too bad, though. He had such a good mind. He should have used the time to write a novel. Probably would have been a hell of a book. Novels are more safe delusions. Poor chap. This book, this gift, is not an escape from reality. There is only one reality. I am not escaping. I have never been so crushingly close to reality. When I was a boy, a small boy, the nun told the class a story of a young girl who was praying in a church one day when soldiers burst in to commit sacrilege. They started for the sacristy where burned the red candle telling of the presence of Jesus in host form installed in a tabernacle. The little girl, seeing the destruction and the soldiers like wild dogs, ran to the tabernacle and took the Lord into her mouth, into her being, before the soldiers could degrade the holiness. Seeing this child's act, the soldiers seized her and demanded that she spit out the host or they would kill her. The little girl, her adoration outweighing her fear, refused the soldiers and swallowed her Lord, giving him shelter and safety in her belly, within her being. The soldiers cut her open to accomplish their grand defilement, killing the little girl who gave him sanctuary within her body. The nun then instructed the class, "Whoever would die for Jesus, stand up." Not all the children did. Some stood too soon. I was in the last third to stand, not because I was reluctant, and not because of peer pressure or pressure from the nun. I was one of the last to stand because I deeply meant it, and I have never changed my mind to this day. I have never been challenged like that little girl. In my end, when I am finally cut open, I hope they find the Lord, or at least that He was there. I am loving, adoring, and I am praising, marveling,